Today we're going to talk about great sex and if you've ever experienced that. I'm Tiffany with Entice Me and Sexy Survivors, your orgasm guru. You have heard me talk about that oftentimes we give up right before the gold, or that we don't even try because we don't know what we're missing. And often I'm talking about sex and great sex. And today it hit me that I do the same in relationships. And I probably do self-sabotage myself on relationships because I don't know what I'm missing out on, so I don't even try. I remember a few years ago, a girlfriend of mine says, "Oh, you want to be in a relationship? Of course you do." And I'm like, "No, I really don't know that I do. I really like my life." And I realized then that it was because I don't know what I'm missing out on. Just like so many of you don't know what you're missing out on if you haven't had great sex. You're missing out on the ecstasy, the elation, the connection, the benefits of great orgasms, health, wealth, happiness, less depression, less pain, all of that. I shy away from relationships, like many of you may shy away from sex because you don't know what you're missing. So I have a history of multiple narcissistic relationships, which as a woman, it leaves you feeling less than, that you're not enough, that you're codependent, that something's wrong with you, and you feel that your partner has no desire to please you or to even know if you're experiencing pleasure. It's like they don't even care. That definitely puts a damper on relationships. But when I got out of those relationships, I found myself and found what really my pleasure was. And it's the same journey plus an additional 20 years of experience that I teach my students and my clients in the orgasm experience, which right now our cart is open. So if you go to TiffanyYelverton.com, you can find that, or EnticeMe.com. It's all linked together these days. And I found what I was missing, and I was missing a lot of pleasure and a lot of juicy, good endorphins and neurochemicals. And when I have an orgasm and when I have great sex, I find that I'm more motivated, I'm more profitable, I'm more productive. And this is self-sex or partnered sex. Both work, whatever you want. And just know that it is possible in your life to have that. Don't give up right before you hit that goal. You strive for better sex. Okay, everything in our lives can always be improved, and just don't settle for less. And I know it's possible. I know all the benefits that come with a vibrant sex life. You know, your heightened awareness, much better mental health, better sleep patterns. You may have heard me talk about my client Kim before, and Kim and I both have fibromyalgia, and what we found is that when we have more orgasms, that pain is really dissipated and we can move around much better. We're happier, we know how our body works, we then take time for that. And I was having a session with Kim a few weeks ago, and she said, you know, now I know that I need to have 5 or 6 orgasms a day to really be my top shape and my top mental capacity and ability to feel better in my life. And she has severe, it's called ME, but it's a really severe fibromyalgia. Orgasms really help the pain, and I find that in my own life as well. And just the productivity of when it's just so motivating for me. And in addition to that euphoric feeling with all the oxytocin and neurochemicals and all the juicy goodness, endorphins, we love those, right? So all that stuff comes with great sex, and a lot of it, you get those benefits even without reaching orgasm. But when you do reach orgasm, it's even better. Oftentimes we hear athletes refraining from sex prior to competition, and that's really meant for sports like boxing or football or really high testosterone sports that you want that pent up anger and energy. But for sports like track, or where you're doing distance running or skiing, or you need to be steady, and like for biathlon where you need to have a steady hand to shoot your gun while you're skiing, it's actually recommended that those athletes self-pleasure the night before competition, because it calms the nerves, and it's been proven in studies with Olympic athletes that they exert up to 13% more strength, agility, and endurance when they self-pleasure the night before competition. And I've heard Olympic coaches speak about this, and it's fascinating. It plays right into everything that I believe. And when we do have an orgasm, block some pain receptors so that we can push past things that we normally wouldn't do. So especially when you self-pleasure, you're not creating that emotional bond and exertion with someone else. So if you have a marathon or something you're going to be doing in the morning, or triathlon, self-pleasure the night before, and you will probably do better and feel better. So I hope this helped you today. Tell me what great sex is and what you experience when you have great sex. Don't settle for less. And I'm going to work on that relationship piece for myself, of being open to the possibilities, because I don't know what I'm missing. So don't miss out on what great sex is, because it will blow your mind.